Right, so good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to have all of you awake for a session early in the morning. And I'm Alicia. I'll be moderating this session for you today. Would like to quickly introduce you to UniSmarter and how it's kind of revolutionizing education today. Just for me to kind of give you a quick introduction. What our session today is going to walk you through everything that you need to know about UniSmarter as a platform and the new academic opportunities that is bringing to students across the globe. And the key objective here remains to provide you easy access to all the popular courses there are and translate it into a convenient solution that there is from the comfort of your homes. So today we are joined by Mayank Chingo, who's the regional manager for India, Sri Lanka, and Maldives at UniSmarter. Pranav Saxena, who is the co-founder and operations director at Link Education, and Professor Chris Brooks, who's the head of international teaching and learning quality. So first of all, thank you so much for joining us today and being there to answer every question that a student may have. And just to not waste any more time and get an sense of what UniSmarter is and how it's going to be benefiting students in the country specifically, Mayank, I'd like to ask you about what the basic vision behind UniSmarter is and what are we trying to achieve here with this app and with this process that's like the smartest start to top global universities.
Thank you so much, Alicia. And, first of all, good morning to everybody who's here. And, Alicia, I'd like to thank you and Leverage Edu for bringing all of us together on this panel here today. I'd also like to thank all of the students, who have joined us today. And, I'm hoping that, you've got your parents also around you because, we truly believe this is a fantastic product that we've launched only recently. During this time of pandemic and, various stages of lockdowns and unlockdowns around the globe that that's going on. I hope everybody's staying safe, and, taking all necessary precautions, to ensure everybody around them is also safe. Now, before I get on to UniSmarter, I'd just like to mention a couple of lines about what is Navitas. So, Navitas is a leading global education provider that's helped generations of learners transform their lives through education. We've been known to create life-changing opportunities, to learn by delivering an extensive range of education services. And this is to over 70,000 aspirational students across our global network each year. So Navitas partners with 35 universities across the globe in 10 different destinations. We have our colleges in the US, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, parts of Europe like Netherlands and Germany, Dubai, Sri Lanka. So we pretty much have a very strong global footprint. What we have always offered is pathway opportunities to lead into our university partners. Essentially, what this would mean is students who needed extra attention, who wanted smaller class sizes, who wanted to save a little bit of money as compared to what they'd pay at the university. They come to the Navitas College, which is typically on the university campus, study there for a year and go into university in year 2. Now, Navitas has been around for now 25, 26 years. And we've always wanted to be able to provide a global stepping stone so that a student could start a program at Navitas and then go into any one of our university partners. And over the years, we've been thinking over and over again and where to establish this pathway, what country to deliver that in, where would students want to come to. The answer, had always been staring us in the face. We've been working on this for the past year or so. The answer was to offer this online. With the global pandemic coming in, we were able to launch this much earlier. And this is the basis of, UniSmarter. So, what exactly is UniSmarter? So it's a unique online program that delivers multiple global pathways into world-class undergraduate and postgraduate degrees. These undergraduate modules are recognized for entry and advanced standing into degrees for now in business and commerce only. But going forward, we'll be adding a variety of other disciplines like IT, engineering, health sciences, hospitality, and all of those. These programs offer, this UniSmarter program offers a range of flexibility. Students can, pick and choose, study a couple of modules, or, over a 7-week study period, and up to 4 modules in total. So what does these 4 modules in total mean? Essentially, this is semester 1 of your degree program. So you study this semester 1. Alicia, if you could just jump to the next slide, maybe it's a good time that, I talk about how does this actually work. So, everybody knows how does direct admission work. So you go to year 1 in your degree, you clear that, you go to year 2 and finish your degree subsequently. What is the traditional Navitas model? We offer year 1 at the Navitas College, which means you study the first year with Navitas and then you join the university in the second year. What UniSmarter is offering is that you study the first semester of that first year online, and then you go onshore, so wherever it might be, Australia or the UK, and study your second semester over there. And then from your second year onwards, you progress into university. So, just to sum it up, this UniSmarter provides this one opportunity to, start at home, and then, pick from a variety of options, what destination country you'd want to go to, and which of our university partners would you want to go to. And the beauty of it is that, you have this choice. You can sit at home. We bring all of the pathway ideology into this, and all of these credits are 100% transferable to your onshore program. So you save a lot of money while doing this. We talk about it in the following slides that we have here today. And, I'm sure the students will have a few questions on that too. In a one line, it's a unique online program that delivers all of these multiple global pathways into, some of the top universities across the world.
Perfect. Thank you for that. And could you just also run us through the kind of partner associations you have, the kind of universities you have on board, and what is the current association like?
Yeah, obviously. So, of all of our partners, so we've taken this concept of UniSmarter to all of our university partners. Like I mentioned, we've got over 30 of them. Up until now, a few of them have signed up. We've got Brunel University in London. So this is the one from the UK for now. That's signed up and accepting students from UniSmarter. The rest of them are all Australian universities. Alicia, why don't you skip a slide and take us to that page? So we've got Edith Cowan University, we've got Griffith University, we've got La Trobe, we've got Ainsbury College, which leads you to University of Adelaide, and we have Western Sydney University. So all of these university partners or universities are where students can progress on to from UniSmarter. And I just want to keep repeating this, and I can't say this enough. That all of these credits that the student will study at UniSmarter are 100% transferable. It's a guaranteed entry if you finish the UniSmarter program to gain entry into these universities in semester 2. It is so it's basically an advanced standing, and you get a variety of options once you finish this program.
And how much can I expect a program to cost me? And comparing it to studying my first semester online from overseas universities to comparing it to UniSmarter, how does the cost range vary?
Okay, so the program cost is so we have 4 modules in the UniSmarter program, and each module is 81,000 Indian rupees. That with you add GST on top of it and everything, and you end up spending around just about 3 lakh rupees over there. And if you add the GST, this comes out to be around 3,45,000 rupees. If you compare it to the cost of any university, any good university across the globe, you're looking at anywhere between 30 to 40,000 Aussie dollars for a year. So that's around $15,000 to $20,000. That you pay for a semester. That's around 7.5 lakh rupees per semester that you spend if you were to be onshore and studying these exact same modules. This is literally 50% of that cost. So there's a huge saving right over there. To answer your question, It's literally half the cost, and you get the exact same quality. You get the exact same teachers that would have taught you. So we've got Aussie teachers, we've got British teachers, we've got Canadian teachers. Or you get the same level of education that's delivered online while you sit at home and you pursue this program.
That's brilliant. I would just like to move on to Pranav now. Pranav, I'd love to understand how this process works for a student. How is it that they learn online, and how do they access the content on a day-to-day basis? How does this work for a student?
Sure, absolutely. And just to answer that specifically, I will repeat a point that Mayank mentioned. Given that all of these modules that the students are doing get advanced standing, which means once they finish these modules, they don't actually have to do them again at the university. It replaces their first semester. And a key requirement for that, and hence what we ensure, is that the learning experience for the student is as good, if not better, than it would be, than it would be in a classroom setting. Plus, add to that, given that it's online, there's a lot of flexibility as to how the student can learn in terms of their schedule, etc. Just tactically speaking, or how they learn, it's of course all online. The students have access to multiple avenues as to how they learn. So, for example, on a weekly basis, their classes would be replaced by online webinars, which would be conducted by lecturers, as Mayank mentioned, from the university, or who are based in Australia or UK or some of these partner destinations. In addition to weekly webinars, they would have tutorial classes in much smaller batches, which are more focused on problem solving, and the students can get a lot more personalized attention. In addition to that, if the student wishes, and as and when they wish, they also have access to one-to-one access to their facilitators, which means that as post tutorials, if they're struggling with concepts or are not sure of something, they can always reach out to their facilitators and speak to them over the phone and have their questions clarified. So just in terms of the amount of attention that the student wants, they have multiple avenues to do that. Not only that, they can actually do it at their convenience and as and when they want to do it. So for example, the one-to-one availability of the facilitator is geared towards when the student has the question or when they want to speak to them through the week, right? The webinars are of course fixed, but let's say there is that off situation where a webinar is missed. In a classroom setting, the student misses that class, but of course here it's recorded, which means the student can always go back, listen to that recording, and then go back to their facilitator and say, look, I've heard the recording. Here are 3 questions I have. Can you help me with it? So, I mean, to sum that up, it's all online. Having said that, it replaces all the key components of classroom teaching, and adds to that the flexibility and convenience of studying from wherever you are and whenever and suiting your schedule.
Perfect. That makes sense. And given the fact that it's all online, what kind of infrastructure does the student need? Do they need to be additionally investing in any textbooks, any content? How does that
Absolutely. Great question. And the short answer is no, they don't. So the way the students learn is we will give them access to an online learning platform or a learning management platform. All the content that they need is all in there. So there are no additional licenses or textbooks or software that the student needs to purchase or get access to. It's all in that one platform. And of course, given the nature of study, and Chris can speak to this more, but the content is not only, it's not only about textbooks, but just given the nature of the subject, it could be videos, it could be more interactive activities in terms of quizzes, So there's obviously a lot more interactivity in the content, but it's all available in that one platform, in that one portal for the student. To answer your question on the physical infrastructure, again, a very important question. We've of course made it fairly straightforward in that all the student needs is they need to of course have their own machine in terms of a laptop or a desktop. And as long as they have a strong, stable internet connection, they can do all of this. I would like to add here though that all this content is also available to them on their tablets or mobile phones, right? So that does mean that if they're on the go and they need to access something quick, or even if they're traveling and they need to read something on the go, they can do that very easily from their mobile phones as well.
That is truly making education accessible. And that takes me to Professor Brooke. I would love to get an understanding of how the content is online, and Pranav did kind of take us through the one-on-one access. But if you could just give us an understanding of the student-teacher relationship and the accessibility there is.
Alicia, thank you so much for that question, and good morning to everyone. It's an absolute pleasure to talk to you about this very exciting initiative this morning. Okay, could I say and reiterate what my friends have already and colleagues have already said, and that is that the content that students will be engaged with and learning is identical to the content that they would be engaging with and learning in the university setting. It's very important that we understand that online doesn't mean lower quality. Actually, it means greater quality because students have access to even more resources. We use the technology that we promote. So we use video. We'd have presentations for students. We use the telephone to call our students and have our students call us. We know that our students want the flexibility of this learning environment to fit around their busy lives. So although, yes, we will have online tutorial sessions and online seminars where the students need to be present, at other times, they have the flexibility to use and engage with the learning as much as they possibly can and as much as they need to. And they have access to all the additional academic support that we know through our own research in online learning makes a difference to the student outcomes and the students' perseverance. But in addition to that, we want our students to work together. So right at the very beginning, the very first session that we will have, students will be asked to introduce themselves to each other. They will work together, they'll work collaboratively, sharing ideas and supporting each other, actually in a better way than they would do in the face-to-face environment, because it's asynchronous and students can work in their own time, which makes an enormous difference.
Yeah, and even Pranav focused on this, and you kind of saying how it's very flexible in terms of schedule, but just to kind of get a deeper understanding of the same, what if, post, Pranav did focus on whether a student misses a webinar or an interaction online, but what if they have additional queries? What's the kind of support like from the academic professors?
It is nothing short of sensational. We know through the work that we've been doing over the last couple of years, and we have developed a system where students can have one-to-one interactions with our academic advisors within 60 minutes. So we guarantee that we will give students the answers to the questions that they need in a very timely manner. And now I don't want to be disparaging about university environments or be unkind in any way, but we know that in a face-to-face environment, that level of support is often not there.
And Alicia, if I could chime in, I think we do. If you could just scroll down to I think we had one of the pages where we talk about the teaching team, and I think it's a great point to mention. So Chris, as Chris mentioned, just the support system that is available to the students is quite phenomenal, really, to say the least. So the students have access to some, an online module coordinator who's basically the professor who's teaching, who's taking the webinars and is covering a lot of the content with the students. In addition to that, they have access to tutors or facilitators who will be, like I said, holding the tutorials, in a much smaller setting where the students can be a lot more interactive and ask a lot more questions. It is the same facilitator who will be grading their assessments. And it is the same facilitators who Chris mentioned, are available to speak with the students on the phone through the week on all 7 days. And they would typically get back to the student within 60 minutes of when they have a question, of course, within a certain window of time. So like we said, it sort of combines that whole classroom setting of having weekly webinars and weekly tutorials, and adds to that whole component of, hey, I'm on a Saturday morning at noon and I'm studying and I'm really struggling with this. I can drop an email to my facilitator and tell them, hey, I'm struggling with balance sheets. I don't understand XYZ question from this tutorial. Can we chat for 10 minutes and can you help me solve this, right? And this model just makes all of that possible.
That's brilliant. I think thank you so much to all three of you to explaining Unismarter to us. Just simplifying the concept and what it brings in store for students in India. Mayank, I'd just like to quickly come back to you and ask about how, there are a lot of Indian students who are looking to settle abroad post their studies overseas. So does studying or taking their route via Unismarter hinder that process in any capacity?
Great question, Alicia, and I'll try and break this down in parts. First to answer your question about the post-study work permit aspect, any student who comes via Unismarter or any of the Navitas colleges, irrespective of whether they study online or they start their programs onshore, it's never going to hinder or affect the post-study work permit duration for them. The reason being that any destination country that you go to, they typically expect you to have studied in that country for 1 to 2 years at least. And these are all degree programs. Each program is 3 years. The Unismarter component is only the first semester of it. You will go ahead. You will progress to the university, and you'll still be onshore for at least 2.5 years. And you'll get all of your credits are 100% transferable, like we mentioned before. And so there's absolutely zero impact on the duration of the post-study work permit that you will get after completion of the program. Now, before you move on to anything else, I'd also like to address another part of it, which is getting to the destination country. I saw in the chat there somebody had asked a question about do we need a visa to start this program? No, you do not need a visa to start this program. But you will eventually have to apply for a visa to get to Australia or get to the UK. Now whenever you submit a visa application, the visa officer takes a look at it. They look at it on basically 2 parameters. One is the eligibility aspect of it, and the other is the admissibility aspect of it. The eligibility aspect of it, we'll look at the students' grades, the students' English language proficiency, how much money do they have, can they support themselves over there, the genuineness of the student, and all of that. So, and the admissibility bit will look at, their health and medical conditions, or, any, I don't expect people have a criminal record at that age, but, they will, also evaluate that. And they'll look at if there's any case of fraud or not. So let's drop the admissibility aspect as part of our conversation here, but still look at the eligibility bit of it. Now, when you invest in a program, and you do well in that program, you're showing your attendance, you're showing your commitment to the program. The whole idea of being a genuine student couldn't be conveyed better. So, all of our partner universities have a visa success rate of 90% or over. And, some of them, have close to 99% visa success rate. And on top of that, you demonstrate this, your intent to study, your commitment to study. I think, nobody can guarantee a visa ever, but, you're very close to definitely getting a visa if you've done well in the program, done all your attendance, got a good grade at the end of it. So, to sum it up, it increases your chances to get to the destination country, and B, it doesn't negatively affect any chances of a post-study work permit.
Thank you for summing up all the reasons there are to sign up for Unismarter right about now. But yes, I think that brings us to any questions that anybody may have. Please feel free to drop them in the chat box right about now. And I think Mayank, Pranav, and Chris will be very happy to answer them for you right about now. In the meantime, while all of you drop your questions, I'll also like to ask the questions that came in through our registrations and get an answer. One of the questions we had was from Rajiv, who wants to do his PhD in botany and wanted to understand that, will the PG modules help him secure a scholarship at a later stage, or does the process remain the same for how they would be studying at an online university?
Okay, I'll take that one. So our programs, the Unismarter program progresses into either undergraduate degrees, so bachelor's degrees, or postgraduate degrees, or what you'd call master's degree programs. So if somebody is looking for a PhD program, I assume they would have completed a master's degree already. But if they haven't and they'd want to, complete a master's degree with one of the partner universities that you can progress to from UniSmarter, then you're most welcome to come into this program. Study the 1 semester, and do the 1 year afterwards. On destinations, be it Australia or UK. Now, I'd also want to mention here that currently the offering is in business and management programs only. So when I say currently, it means for the next 2 study periods. So our study period is starting on 10th August, and before I forget to mention, if you pay upfront for all the 4 modules, you get a 10% discount on fee. And the second bit is, if you pay within this last week, there's only limited spots left for this, but if you pay within this last 1 week leading up to 10th August, we give an additional 5,000 rupee discount. So now you start to calculate all of the savings from what you spent overseas. Becomes a huge pot. Alicia, if you don't mind, I'll just, because you asked that PhD question, I just mentioned about it being business and management programs only at this point. There are some questions about, my program requires a practical component like experiments and stuff like that. How do I do that online? Guys, I really want to emphasize on this. This is only your first semester, which is being delivered online. Your programs, if it's a master's program, you still got a year to go after this. If it's a bachelor's program, you still got 2.5 years to go after this. So, everything that is going to be, that is going to require you to be in a lab or, to work with equipment or apparatus. For that, you will be, in the destination country in person, working with your hands.
Right. Perfect. Got it. One of the other questions there was about from Shalini. She was inquiring regarding the kind of certification you receive post completing a module. So apart from, of course, earning the credit, what is the certification that they receive?
So we issue a transcript, and if you complete, and if you've done just the 1 module, for example, out of the 4, you can get 100% credit for that 1 module in any one of our partner universities with UniSmarter. If you've completed all 4 modules, we also issue a certificate of completion. It's a UniSmarter certificate, and I'd also like to mention that Navitas moves with any of its products always in a phase-wise manner. You see a history over the past 25 years. That's what we've done, and that's what we're also doing with UniSmarter. For now, we're signed up with 6 of our university partners, and we've got another 30 to go. That we're talking with. They're looking at our modules. They're looking at all the interest this program is garnering in India. And for now, this is only piloted for India. We plan on taking this to other countries like China, Vietnam, other South Asian countries, Europe, and all of that. And while we haven't really launched this program in those countries yet, but it's on the web. It's available online, and there's a lot of interest that we're coming from all of these countries also. I guess if you look at the entire package, the huge cost saving, better quality than ever, a platform where you can, be safe, you still be collaborative, you get all the extra support with your from your professors and the one-on-one tutoring that doesn't happen anywhere in the world. And you get a better chance, a better shot at getting your visas. I guess people are seeing through all this value proposition, and that's why we're seeing all of this interest in the program.
Makes sense. Perfect. Mayank, thank you for just quickly covering up all the questions that came in on the chat right now. But just to continue that thread, I see a question from Lipshit about how do we get full access to the university under which we are studying, and would we be the alumni of the university after our course completion? So perhaps I think if you could answer that question, and if he's online, maybe you can ask that question as well. Let me just check if.
I can answer that. So we expect students to come in and say, I want to go to Griffith University, for example, one of the universities that signed up on it. So we will issue an offer letter for UniSmarter, and we'll issue a second semester conditional offer for Griffith. And upon completion of the UniSmarter module, so that's the conditions you need to fulfill to get to Griffith, and so you progress on to Griffith University. You finish the program over there, and of course you are a Griffith University alumni after that. Now there's another student who might come to us and say, guys, I haven't really decided which of your universities I'll go to or which of the countries I'll go to. But I see this is a fantastic way to save some money and start my program, and I'll decide over the next 2-3 months. Fantastic. We are also able to offer that flexibility. So you finish the UniSmarter program, and during these 3 or 4 months of finishing the 4 modules, you tell us you want to go to UK. So that's the Brunel University college that you progress to. Or you say you want to go to Edith Cowan, and that's the offer letter we issue.
Sure. And let me, Mike, if I may jump in, Pranav here, Alisha. I want to reinforce one of the points that Mayank made, which is very important, in that when you join UniSmarter, and let's say if you know which university you want to join, you get a conditional admit to that university on day 0, right? So the moment you join UniSmarter, as Mayank said, you get a admission letter to UniSmarter for those 4 modules that you've chosen. In addition to that, there is an offer letter you get from the university, which says, assuming you complete XYZ with UniSmarter, you will get an admit into semester 2 of the university, right? The reason that is done is because all of the things that we've covered in terms of, it is important for everyone to remember that the teaching that is happening in terms of the professors that are involved in the teaching here are all professors from these destination countries and these universities, right? And so from a recognition standpoint, when a student does progress, let's say from UniSmarter to one of these partner destinations, there is no distinction in terms of where they've come from. They are a student of the university. And once they finish that degree with the university, they are an alumni. They get access to everything and anything that a student from that university does get, right? So there is no distinction in a student coming from UniSmarter. I just want to clarify that. And that is why the way we build the program is the teachers that they have access to are all teachers from these destinations, from these universities. And which is why on day 0, on day 0, the students get that admit letter from the university if they choose the university on day 0. Or as Mayank said, if they decide to join and do 2 modules and say, okay, let me do 2 modules and then choose between Griffith and Edith Cowan, you can do that.
That makes sense. I think that even answers Vijay's question on the chat here about how UniSmarter helps one apply to the university. And just taking up another additional question, Pratyusha asked if we need any IELTS score or GRE score. So I think that just to clarify, that kind of varies upon how you start your second, how you kind of transform from the UniSmarter module to the online course at the university, right? Just if you could clarify that point for us.
So, okay, so 2 points to that. How do you apply? We are sitting with Leverage Edu over here. So get in touch with the Leverage Edu team, and they'll help you make an application. Of course, if you want to explore the website and get more details, you always you can visit unismarter.com, and Alisha's team is very well versed with our product, and they can help you with that. The other part of it is, do I need IELTS to come to us to start at UniSmarter? No. But before you apply for a visa, a lot of countries want, so destination countries will need your English language proficiency test course. And that is when you will need it. So, this is not a shortcut, guys. This is not a shortcut to a destination country. This is a platform which gives you more flexibility. But in no way is it a shortcut. All of these credits are 100% transferable. So which means irrespective of whether you're starting here or you're starting on shows, you're still studying it. I can't emphasize this enough that, you will eventually be meeting all requirements of any visa regulation authority that you are required to. And, you will be meeting all conditions to come to, completion of a degree before you get it. And the UniSmarter program is an essential part of it. It's not an addition on your degree program. It's part of that degree program. So to apply, talk to Alisha and her team. or for more information, speak to them. You can get in touch with us at info@unismarter.com. If you want to visit our website, please do check it out. Look at all of our university partners that you can progress to.
Absolutely. Our team of counselors will be getting in touch with each one of you attending this webinar right now. In case you have any questions, you can ask us. We can also help you through and through with your applications to UniSmarter. There are a few discounts which we'll talk about at the end of this session, and we'll be happy to take up as many questions as you may have about that. Just to finish off a few other questions, perhaps Chris, if you could help us. There's a question about what are the various business and management programs offered. So this is a question by Vivek Gupta, and if there are any details on that you could tell us about at this point.
I'm going to need to go to my colleagues and ask for some assistance then, because I've been very focused on the modules for the UniSmarter itself at the moment.
All right, perfect. We look forward to that. Perfect. I do see a bunch of questions about accessing this information.
So,
to reiterate, yes.
Alisha, sorry, if I may jump in to answer that question specifically at this point, as Mayank said, focus at least at the start is on business and commerce programs. The specific modules that we picked up are those that students would typically find in their first year of study at any of these programs, right? So it's not restricted to a particular bachelor's program. So for example, the modules are around accounting or communication, business communication and research, or they're around basics of marketing, right? So these are modules that you would typically find or students would find in year one of their study in any, or most, not any, but most business related programs that they're doing. So these modules have been very specifically chosen so that it allows the students to actually move to a fairly wide range of business and commerce related programs.
Perfect, that makes sense. And just a follow-up question on the same, when it comes to these programs, I see a question here about whether a student will share the same class with other students or have separate classes. Is there an opportunity to choose in that scenario? And if somebody might want personal attention versus the classroom experience virtually as well. So is there, is any one of you could answer that question for us?
Pranav, maybe you can talk about how much time do they spend in, in class with the professors, and how much time they get one-on-one, tutors.
Absolutely. Let me take that on. So the short answer, Alisha, there is, as long as the students are with UniSmarter, they're of course working with the cohort of students who have joined UniSmarter and are on that same path, right? Of course, and once they do progress to the university, they join the regular university cohort. But having said that, like you said, the teachers who are teaching these classes are from these destinations and from these partner universities, right? So on an average, every week, for example, students will be spending at least 2 hours doing webinars and classes with these professors. They're spending an additional hour doing these tutorials. And of course, we talked a lot about additional one-to-one support and availability of these facilitators as well. So in terms of their experience vis-a-vis that of a student at the university, it's fairly similar. It's with the same international professors that those students have, but just in terms of studying as a cohort, while they're at UniSmarter, they will of course be doing this online, hence in a slightly different batch. So it won't be in the same classroom per se. Once they do move into the university after their 4 modules here, they're of course, like I said, they're like any other university student and will be studying with, with a student who may have, for example, joined that university 6 months back in the previous semester.
Alisha, if I could jump in there as well, please. I would suggest to students not to see them as separate as a cohort experience versus an individual experience, but see them as a package together, because we know that we learn best when we learn together, and we know that we learn best when we're giving individual support. Keep both of those together and we've got a very high quality teaching and learning experience.
That's right. I would also like to just take this moment and hop on to one of the earlier slides. Right. So, Mayank, Pranav, and Chris, thank you so much for answering all the queries that came in and explaining, simplifying UniSmarter for us. I think that gives students a lot of clarity about how UniSmarter gives them that edge over any other online course that they were looking to pursue and get access to their universities abroad. Um, I would just like to take this moment to kind of reiterate about our special association with Unismarter Leverage and Unismarter are in an association wherein we are offering you a special incentive for, and it mentions on the screen here as well. So in case you choose to pay for the 4 modules upfront, you are eligible to a 10% discount. And any participants that are attending this webinar right now, you get a further discount of 5,000 INR if in case you choose to apply before the 8th of August. So our team of counselors of right after this session, within the next 2 to 3 days, we'll be getting in touch with you, answering any more questions that you may have and streamlining, smoothing your application process to UniSmarter, and also taking you through the discounts there are. So don't miss out. I think we are on the 1st of August. You have 7 days to make that decision. Speak to your parents, as Mayank rightly said. See the value proposition. I also saw a bunch of questions on the chat here about accessing this information again and missing out on the session. Please don't worry, we will be, the session is recorded and we will be uploading it soon on our social media. So I think our suggestion is to kind of make a firm decision, speak to your parents, get an understanding, give your education the right start and the access it deserves amidst COVID. And on a parting note, if Mayank, Pranav, Chris, if you'd like to say something, we're open to that.
Okay, thank you, Alisha. I just, before we also part, I saw this one question that I really would want to address here. It's about what if I can't go overseas after UniSmarter, right? So, some people would have this question in their heads. Some would come up with this at a later date. So essentially, the question is twofold. Either I get a visa rejection when I try to go to a destination country, or something in my life changes and now I don't want to go overseas. So if it's a visa rejection, it will be a visa rejection from one of the countries, right? Could be Australia, but you'll have the opportunity to apply to the UK or to Sri Lanka, and like I mentioned, we are adding more destination countries like Canada, Dubai, and Singapore. So students will also have that option. But let's say, what happens if I'm so unlucky that I get a visa rejection from everywhere, or highly unlikely to happen, or if my plans have changed now, I've spent all this money on studying this one semester. Do I have an option of finishing this in India? So, we have a memorandum of understanding with Amity University also, where students can progress and finish the program over here in India. We expect that most students who will start this are, very keen on progressing to either Australia or the UK, or, in the future when we add more partners. This fail-safe is also provided as part of it. We have an Indian partner also. So just in case your plans have changed, or, you now don't want to go overseas, you will still get the opportunity and the advanced standing in the Amity program.
I think that's going to help a lot of students there. Highly unlikely though, here's hoping, but sure. Perfect. So for any other further questions that you may have, again, just to reiterate, our team will get in touch with you and driving that process of your applications to UniSmarter. In case you are paying for all the modules upfront, you are eligible to a 10% discount. And if you apply before the 8th of August via Leverage, you will additionally be getting and receiving a 5,000 INR discount as well. So yes, in case this session you've joined in late and you've missed this session, please just give us a day or two. I think we'll be uploading this to our social media handles and you'll be able to access this information again. Have a conversation with your parents. Don't miss out on UniSmarter. I think this is one of the most, one of the most recent and great. academic access there is amidst the pandemic. And don't forget to leverage it. I think that's how I would like to end it. Thank you so much, Mayank, Chris, and Pranav for joining us and answering all these questions today.
That's a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. And thank all the students for joining in. Very great speaking with everyone.
Thank you so much for spending the time.
Cool. Hope to see all of you at Learning Smarter.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.